Hello everyone. Welcome to our HCOS ELI 2021 presentation. Today we are going to talk about Fresno State's new digital immersive student experience and how the campus introduced the first-time students to the Fresno State campus when they cannot be physically attending. In this session, we will share the identified new challenges created by the looming COVID-19 pandemic for the first-time freshmen and how the campus partnering to explore new ways of using immersive technology that might be the key to virtual socialization as the future new normal for higher education. Next, I want to introduce you the presenters, Dr. Jaime Hermizu and Max Chai.
Hi, my name is Jaime Arvizu, and I am the director of the Advising and Resources Center, which sits under the College of Science and Mathematics. We are a decentralized unit. We've been a decentralized unit going on 7 years now, where we moved away from centralized advising where students would go to one central hub for the entire university. Now we have a decentralized hub that is specialized for the College of Science and Mathematics. So we're working closely with our faculty advisors in order to provide comprehensive, holistic services. So we're working with students who are at different developmental stages in their educational experience. We're considering the developmental aspects of the student as they come to us as first-time freshmen, all the way to the point when they get ready to graduate.
Thanks, Jaime. My name is Max Chai. I'm the Digital Transformation and Innovation Officer at Technology Services. Hubs of Digital Transformation and Innovation aligns with Fresno State's core mission to boldly educate and empower students for success. We strive to inspire students to apply their education toward developing innovative solutions to real-world problems using the latest technology, ensuring Fresno State and the community partners throughout the Central Valley are performing at the highest level. DXI Hub has become the largest internship program for technology since 2019. This mixed reality platform we have developed is to offer students a great place to interact with each other virtually with the use of 360 and 3D designs. Again, thanks for attending our session. Next, we'd like to share with you a little bit about Fresno State.
Fresno State is in the central part of California. We are nestled up against the foothills of the Sierra Nevada, and we're a major gateway to Yosemite, Sequoia, and Kings Canyon National Parks. Our student population is in 2020 was 25,341 students in total, and 64% of those students are coming from first generation. We are designated as a Hispanic serving institution and Asian American, Native American, and Pacific Islander serving institution.
So what is Hubs at Fresno State? It is an open source mixed reality platform powered by Mozilla Hubs. It is more than just a virtual campus solution. It is also a platform enables faculty and students to enrich their learning and teaching experiences. Next, I would like to invite our innovation interns to give you a quick demo.
You won't need these today. All you need is computer.
Immersive technology, such as virtual reality, augmented reality, and more advanced extended reality, has been emerging in higher education and is changing the way students learn. Interactive, engaging, and 360 views are just something we aren't getting looking at tiny boxes on a computer screen. Immersive technology provides hands-on experience in a world where we can't necessarily be hands-on. Hubs at Fresno State is a new mixed reality platform created by Digital Transformation and Innovation at Technology Services to offer an elevated digital experience for virtual instruction. It is more than a virtual campus for students to gather and socialize. It's a tool that both faculty and students can use to enhance and develop their teaching and learning experiences.
Students will start out in the Hubs portal, which is modeled after the open social space in the USU. Here, students will be able to view the Hubs reference sheet, take guided tours, socialize with peers, and branch out into other Hubs rooms.
Hubs offers realistic lab settings that students and faculty can take advantage of. Fresno State students will have the opportunity to interact with lab equipment, instructional demos, and interactive markers, creating an immersive and engaging learning experience.
Hubs also provides instructors the tools to enhance the online learning experience. Faculty will immediately see the benefits of the Hubs platform as they begin to design their courses to fit into the advanced virtual environment. They will be able to create custom content to fit their specific needs and enhance the learning experiences of their students, all without having to know how to 3D animate or code. With Hubs at Fresno State, faculty and students will be able to close the gap between remote learning and interactive experiences by creating an immersive and engaging hybrid learning experience.
Hubs also gives students a platform to meet and collaborate outside the classroom. Students will have a new way to interact with each other, share content, and work on projects and presentations. Clubs, social events, and guided tours will be re-energized as immersive technology gives students a more meaningful and engaging way to foster a strong campus community. Hubs at Fresno State not only addresses issues brought on by the pandemic, but also gives Fresno State a valuable tool to support students as we move into a new normal. Hubs XR will give students back the ability to connect with each other, their instructors, and the curriculum. With Hubs, we are investing in students' futures and setting them up for success in this transition into the new normal and beyond.
Everything covered so far is what we are currently providing to our partners today, but it doesn't end there. Our development team is actively expanding this platform to include useful tools and features as we learn more about our partners' needs. In the near future, you can expect to see a complete analytics and management platform with features such as attendance tracking, access management, and room allocation. These tools can be used by faculty and staff to create a more secure platform and improve their ability to bring their courses to life in the virtual setting.
Thanks, Ishuri and Adam, for the demo. So next, Dr. Avish is going to share us where this project and idea was formed.
So this project idea came about in the spring and summer of 2020 when we were preparing to receive our first-time freshmen, where we began to realize that our first-time freshmen would not have an opportunity to develop social and navigational capital, which is so essential for their personal and academic development. As a student development specialist, I really thought about the various student development models such as Vincent Tinto's student departure theory, Chickering's 7 vectors, and Aston's student involvement in order to weigh the developmental consequences that the pandemic would have on this incoming group of freshmen. Understanding these theoretical frameworks, I reflected and discussed the positive and negative impacts that our new way of interacting with students would have on those that never had an opportunity to step foot on campus and interact with staff, faculty, and their classmates. This experience, I thought, would create limited and intangible connections as opposed to meaningful interactions which are more concrete when we interact in person with the environment and the individuals within the environment. In speaking with incoming freshmen who we informally surveyed, we understood that they had fears, stress, and anxieties about how they were going to interact with the environment, which was unfamiliar to them, and how they were going to
take classes through Zoom, which can be very unidirectional, and in my observations did not allow for opportunities to engage socially outside of the classroom. The students, we're not sure what to expect upon their first year interacting with a university. After reflecting on this and discussing this with our associate dean, I reflected on Second Life and potentially what a software program like this could provide our students. Second Life is a virtual reality platform, which I believe is a game-based platform, but it was something that was presented to me and others on campus 7 or 10 years ago, and I remember thinking about the potential in order to create a virtual campus. And so we really, at that time when it was presented to us, we really did not see the value of having a virtual reality space. Now that the pandemic forced us to think of different ways of interacting with our students, that's when I was able to reference that particular model as something that potentially could be replicated for our campus in order for our students to engage in a more meaningful way.
That's great insights. And I remember when I was first approached by my deputy CIO about your idea of Second Life. And I replied an email right away, say, we have something in mind, and it might be a little bit more exciting, more engaging, might be the newer technology that you will be interested. And I'm glad you are willing to spend time and working with us to bring up the first pilot. Also, this is not exactly the Second Life environment or application you are looking for to start with. And I have been always curious, right? Like, how do we get your trust to push out this new and bold technology? Immersive technology, we have been working on AR, VR, mixed reality for many years. Right now, we feel it's mature enough to bring it to the campus, especially for the students' virtual instruction when students they cannot really interact and collaborate physically. So next, I want you to share about like how when you first approach this idea, then bring it to technology services, and what was your mindset and what was the process between these us, right? Between these two organizations and these two units, and about the partnership for this initiative.
So after thinking about this situation and discussing this with our associate dean, I reached out to our technology support team to see if perhaps they were thinking about or planning on implementing something that would provide students an opportunity to socially interact with their peers, faculty, and staff. I stressed the importance of social engagement and how important that was for students to develop an identity, not only in the discipline, but an identity as a student and the sense of belonging, which are important factors that contribute to the student's likelihood of successfully being retained and, more importantly, completing their degrees successfully. The urgency was even greater as we prepared to place students in a first-year experience program that we have been running for the last 5 years, a program entitled Building Opportunities Through Networks of Discovery. We call it BOND for short, which had a primary goal of helping students to develop a sense of belonging. This first-year experience program is a program for first-time freshmen. And so that's why we had an urgency, because we were thinking about all of the results that we yielded in the past 5 years, and all of a sudden COVID-19 posed a threat to those particular outcomes, positive outcomes that we were able to experience. So this led to this collaborative partnership, which included the College of Science and Mathematics, Advising and Resources Center, and Hub of Digital Transformation and Innovation, DXI Hub, at Technology Services. The collaborative team assessed strengths, weaknesses, threats, and opportunities regarding experiences of students working remotely from home. This analysis directed both of our teams to create a virtual immersive environment for the purpose of socially integrating students into the university and college by providing a collaboration space, a gathering space, if you will, for activities outside of the classroom and a place for new students to become familiar with the campus in absence of being able to physically visit. Hubs at Fresno State is where the project landed.
Yes, Hyman, I would say this is an interesting journey. I remember the first meeting we had, we were actually trying to explain what the difference between mixed reality, virtual reality, or augmented reality, or even what are the 360 videos. We have great team. So the next we like to introduce Jacqueline and Catherine, and they will share their thoughts about this pilot, about this project, and they are great contributors as well, and as well as collaborators for the project.
As a CSU STEM Vista, it is important to me that the students get the most of their college experience despite the barriers of online learning, and Hubs does a great job at providing tools to do so. Hubs at Fresno State has created an interactive environment for the students to have meaningful interactions. It has made it possible for me to talk to the students virtually while still having personal connections. It is exciting to think of what the future holds for this platform.
My experience with Hubs at Fresno State has been really beneficial in how I see students using it. From just looking at presentations online and scrolling through them, it is sometimes not as interactive and the participation is not as high. I think in the Fresno State Hubs environment, looking at Google Slides and PowerPoints and having multiple on the screen that being in this environment you can walk up to makes it a lot more interactive and it makes learning a lot more fun.
Thank you, Jacqueline and Catherine. It was great teamwork and great collaboration of technology and innovation for student success. The last, we'd like to invite Dr. Elam Hussein to share his vision and academic leadership support.
When the Fresno State campus transitioned to remote learning in spring 2020, our institutional research office conducted interviews with students from across the university to gauge how they were adjusting and adapting to that change. Something that emerged clearly from those conversations was that students were missing those informal interactions with their peers and faculty that happen organically when everyone is on campus. That included both away from the classroom, but also those transition periods in learning spaces at the beginning and the end of class sessions. As it became clear that remote learning would be continuing into the 2021 academic year, we recognized the need for alternate tools that would allow our students to engage with each other in a different way. This was particularly concerning for us as we have such a high percentage of first-generation students, and these interactions are critical for our incoming freshmen to develop their identity as emerging scholars and their connection to and place in the campus community. Our first-year experience program called Bond has been critical in supporting the success of our students by focusing on developing their sense of belonging and identity. And the program has been extremely successful in reducing achievement gaps and increasing retention and graduation rates. The Hubs platform has been a natural fit with the Bond program, providing a space where our freshmen can build connections with each other and to our campus. And we've been really pleased with the feedback we've received from students that are using the platform. Many students talk about how much they enjoyed the ability to interact with each other in Hubs in a more natural and organic way. And for me, one of the particularly telling comments that I heard was a student who said that she never realized how many other students were in her class, despite being in synchronous Zoom sessions with them all semester. The Hubs environment continues to be an important tool for the campus as we navigate through the pandemic. And I think that many of us see hubs as valuable in the future to provide our students with yet another way to learn and engage with each other, even after they return to campus.
Thank you for attending our session today. Please always feel free to email us for questions or visit our website for additional information.